Alright everyone, so we have already talked about the content for the discussion. I am very happy that we come to the part of how to make an effective academic discussion, which is also very important สำคัญไม่น้อยไปกว่า content ก็คือ how do we do the discussion. Before I go to more details, I would like to make sure that everyone has the same understanding on what is discussion and how it is different to the presentation. For the presentation, it's about you being there, telling people the information. You are educating people. You are informing them their information and telling them what is your perspective on the particular topic. So it's about you. เป็นการที่เราไปยืนแล้วก็บอกเขาว่าสิ่งนี้คืออะไรเราคิดแบบไหน It's a one-way communication. But when it comes to discussion, it's not just only about you อีกต่อไป It is not only about what you think, but it's also about you being there, telling people what you think, what the topic is about, and you are there to listen to others' ideas and perspectives as well. ฟัง perspective ของคนอื่นด้วย When you listen to that perspective, it's also your responsibility in the discussion to provide back your perspective based on what people just said. I would like to move to how to make an effective discussion. The first thing I would like to say, this is the golden rule in the discussion. ไม่ว่า you are discussing about what should we eat for dinner, where should we go for a vacation. You need to remember that everyone has something to say. ทุกคนมี ideas ทุกคนมีสิ่งที่จะต้องพูด so you need to respect the perspective of others as well. That's why we create the discussion. So in the discussion highlight, you need to give people airtime to discuss. Here are 6 things that will happen during the discussion. จะมี 6 สิ่งนี้เกิดขึ้นเสมอ which are the first one, asking about or for an opinion. According to our golden rules in the discussion, It's not about you only, but it's about how or what others think as well. It is very important that you need to provide some airtime to the participants in your discussion. You probably to ask others how they think. There are some practical phrases provided in the slides, so feel free to check that one. For example, when you need to ask for somebody's opinion, you can use the phrases, for example,Could you tell me about, for example, if you are asking about the solution to deforestation, you probably use the phrase, could you tell me about your opinion on solution of deforestation? Or what do you think about the solution to deforestation? Or how do you feel about deforestation? How do you feel about the solution of deforestation? So it's about placing the spotlight to others so they have a chance to provide their ideas เพื่อจะให้คนอื่นได้แสดงความคิดเห็นด้วย The second thing that will normally happen in the discussion is asking for explanation. The first one, you are asking for idea. But in this time, when they provide an idea but it is not clear enough and you would like to know more on that, you need to ask for an explanation. In a normal conversation, we probably say like, what do you mean? What is it? How? Yeah, easy ใช่ไหม But this is an academic. It doesn't matter how close you are to them. Respect them and respect their ideas.If you need to ask for an explanation, you probably need to use some phrase to show the politeness as well. เป็นการที่เราเกริ่นเพื่อความเขาเรียกว่าร่ำรีร่ำไรเป็นการแบบเล่นใหญ่อย่างนี้เนาะปกติถ้าเราคุยกันเราอาจจะบอกว่ายังไงเหรอ in Thai in academic field in Thai we normally say กรุณาอธิบายเพิ่มเติมในส่วนนั้นได้ไหมคะ So these two phrases provide different sense and mood of discussion. In English as well, we are not just gonna say how, what do you mean? มัน so informal. But in academic field, we probably use these phrases provided in the slides. อย่างเช่น Could you explain to me more about your solution? ได้ Or I don't really understand. Could you tell me more about the solutions to deforestation? ยังไม่ค่อยเก็ตอธิบายเพิ่มเติมได้ไหมคะ Are you saying that? What do you mean by that? Excuse me, could you tell me more about it? รบกวนช่วยชี้แจงเพิ่มเติมอีกนิดนึงนะคะ By using this phrase, it means like you know how things work. And the third thing that will normally happen in the discussion, it is giving your own opinion. So the first two things that happened, they were about others to provide the opinion. But in this time, it's about yourself. When the turn comes to you, when somebody asks you those kind of questions, you need to provide your critical perspectives on the particular topic. But in academic field, somebody asked me for an opinion using the phrase from the previous two phrases example มีคนใช้ตัวอย่างจาก2อันที่เราคุยกันไป What is your opinion on the solution to deforestation? And it's my turn to show that what do I think about the solution to deforestation. My solution can be reforestation การปลูกป่าทดแทน So instead of saying like I like reforestation การตอบแบบนั้นถือว่า informal it doesn't work in an academic field you will be less credible เราจะน่าเชื่อถือน้อยลง you need to show ความร่ำรีร่ำไรตัวอย่างเช่นอาจารย์จะตอบว่า reforestation should be the solution to deforestation I need to use phrase first อย่างเช่น it can be in my opinion reforestation could be the solution to deforestation รอดOr I can say, if you want my opinion, I would say reforestation could be the solution to deforestation. Instead of just saying reforestation is good, but you provide some phrase earlier to show the politeness or to show that you are professional. And the fourth thing that normally happen in the discussion, it is giving an explanation.เป็นเหตุการณ์ซ้ำซ้อนคู่ขนาน You ask someone about the explanation it probably comes to your turn that you need to explain as well so in explaining you won't just start with because blah 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 that is not academic enough but to make it effective you still need some phrase to show you know how things work for example if somebody asks me could you tell me more about the reforestation And I would like to explain what is reforestation ว่าการปลูกป่าทดแทนคืออะไร Instead of just giving information ไปเลย you can employ some phrases that provided here. For example, look, it is like, I mean, or the reason for this is, well, the reason is, above all, we must keep in mind that Reforestation is the action of people getting together and help to replace a forest with some plantation เป็นต้น And the fifth things that normally happened this is very important I would like everyone to highlight agreeing with opinion คือการที่เราเห็นด้วย to agree with someone there's some phrase It is impossible to not showing an idea it's not about you are there asking them for an opinion and then you don't criticize or you don't try to provide any feedback on their ideas. So if you agree สมมุติอาจารย์บอกว่า reforestation can be the solution to deforestation and then you feel like this is a good solution. So to tell them that you agree, feel free to do so. You can use the word I agree ง่ายไหมสบาย I agree completely โอ้โหเห็นด้วยอย่างถึงที่สุด I completely agree with you on that ได้ Absolutely ใช้ได้ That's true That's right เป็นต้น There's one phrase that I would like to highlight here This is the phrase that people always misunderstand I couldn't agree more We face it a lot in our ONET or ONET ดูแก่เลย In our สอบเข้า TCAS in our TCAS test for example This means that you totally agree เห็นด้วยอย่างที่จะไม่สามารถจะเห็นด้วยไปกว่านี้ได้อีกแล้ว so it means that you agree I couldn't agree more and now let's come to the last thing that happened in the discussion which is polite disagreement you probably feel panic already โอ้จ้ะไม่ชอบไม่เอา it is not easy to disagree but it's important as well to disagree if everyone agree and see eye to eyes with everything Nothing better can happen จะไม่มีสิ่งที่ดีกว่าเกิดขึ้นได้เลยถ้าเราเห็นด้วยกับสิ่งที่ทุกคนพูดหมด So feel free be brave to disagree but I highlight here polite disagreement It is easy to disagree but it is hard to show that you disagree with the ideas So I provide you some phrase that can help you with the disagreement For example I'm afraid I disagree เกรงว่าจะไม่เห็นด้วย Instead of saying that you are wrong which is impoliteการที่จะไปชี้หน้าคนแล้วบอกว่าเธอผิด they're not wrong. The person is not wrong. There will be no right or wrong in the discussion. There will be just agree or disagree. So it's not about whether they're right or wrong. It's about you not seeing eye to eyes with them. เราแค่ไม่เห็นด้วยไม่ได้แปลว่าเขาผิด so be very careful when you need to choose the phrase to show the disagreement. So these are the phrases that เราได้ select มาแล้วว่า this is a safe way or this is a polite way of the disagreement. I don't quite agree there การเติมคำว่า quite I don't quite แปลว่าไม่ค่อย they show some rooms for hesitations เป็นการโชว์พื้นที่ว่าI may be wrong so but I just don't really agree with that. Do you really think that เป็นการถามซ้ำ you ask the question back